Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks off the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. I've read that 3 times now because it wasn't capturing video, so then I had to restart it. But then it auto saves, so then I had to replay the entire beginning of the game. But it's fine. I went through it quickly. I'm back to here. Now we can see this, and hopefully everything's good to go.
We're almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
So the only other things that were missed were, um, I commented on how it's weird that Fitzroy has that information. Like, why would he know anything about the case? And then I walked to the end to point out that ship is named the Scylla. If you know Greek mythology, the Scylla was a tentacled creature was the Scylla and Charybdis. Also, there's always a lighthouse. I always think that every time I see a lighthouse, that quote from Bioshock Infinite, because it's almost always true. There is almost always a lighthouse, and there's one right there. And then the ship, some reason they backed up. Oh, and the other comment was I didn't have whiskey, so I am drinking vodka. Let's go ahead and reread everything in my journal, because of course it is the 25th of October, 1924. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low, they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circle the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Why? I don't know yet. Maybe he'll explain. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. I mentioned that alcohol is not a upper, it's a downer, so that was the other thing we missed. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops got to tell me. And the Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the harbor master's office, and I mentioned that he should not have access to those documents. Who knows? Sorry, just writing some notes on a pad, as you should do when you game. Oh, and then we had one skill point, dropped it into investigation. And this is where I realized it wasn't recording video. Island of Darkwater. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs. And with only one outlet to the sea, it is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institution. Oh no. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting, is but a distant memory. In my inventory, I have the atlas and another closed case. Solved case, closed case. So let's go ahead and explore the docks. That's clearly my lantern, but let's go ahead and go here first. That amalgamation of boats looks like a tank.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an omen.
Yeah, they're restarting.
Oh, yeah. Gonna get us into trouble.
Can't talk to Sullivan.
Can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
medicaled the fish.
He's
We
gonna
are a
get us
medical
into trouble.
doctor.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Ask about Warehouse 36.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Oh, I missed out on all those other options.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand. You're
treat
not
an omen.
sailors. Oh yeah.
Dang
It's
it.
a sign. He's gonna get us into trouble. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you.
All right.
shysters. You're crazy.
It would be nice if they label things that progress the story. I figured exclamation point was just information. Let's go grab this lantern. Or not grab this lantern. Is this the harbor master's office? He was not there a second ago. What? Well, that's main story. Man. I didn't go that far. Let's see. I don't like when they don't label in conversations what's going to progress and what's going to not progress. I mean, it's as simple as coloring your speech options, right?
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
These sailors get upset over nothing?
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand. You're
treat
not
an omen.
sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't.
So I didn't miss out on that much. But now I know. Do the speech bubble first. Not the, Those harpoons stabbed into this? Stabbed into prohibition? Read the speech bubbles, not the other stuff first.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Secondary objective is to go into the bar, but by you three. No?
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Well, you're serving him, and I'm a war veteran. It wasn't me who went looking for it. This guy didn't show respect. You're overdoing it. I'm sorry. I will apologize.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Oh. Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The way his face moves is like, what is that game? Oh no. Oh. Something noir? LA Noir. No prohibition around here?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
That's a dialogue thing. I'm looking for Warehouse 36.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Let's find out about Darkwater. Why the stranded whale?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
All right, let's find out about Sarah Hawkins.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Is it true that they were strange?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
It's not speaking ill of the dead, if it's true.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Well, enough said about Sarah Hawkins.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Uh, let's order a drink. I've already chosen the whiskey path.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Only a small glass.
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
This will affect your destiny. Okay.
That'll be all for now.
How you doing? You're not drinking anything. I can tell you that much.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Miss Boker always free for the lady. Miss Baker? Andrews, Winchester, Hawkins, and Fitzroy.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Asylum workers?
He'll do it again, you know.
Oh,
The girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Okay, we know there's a Dr. Colden later on down the line.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Shanti. Shanti? I think it's Shanti. 21st of May, 1847. Miraculous catch. The skiller returns to port, save Darkwater from famine. To save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Skilla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales. The cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. I just took this off the wall because I can rotate it. Okay. It's a new clue. You look important.
Right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
All right, tell me about the song.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
All right, well, tell me about the end of whaling.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
The way he said that reminded me of Resident Evil. All right, who are you?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Algernon Drake. Could barely tell because it was picking up those guys' dialogue. You know, there's a spittoon right there, buddy. So she's clearly the one bringing the booze. That's not how music and people talking works. Just want to say. It's not proximity. But all right.
What you looking at, stranger?
I don't know which. Both of these don't sound like something you should say, but this is a different time period. What is a woman like you doing in a place like this?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
You don't even have drink.
I told you to beat it.
All right.
What can I get you?
Is the miraculous catch a true story? A story true?
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
Charles Hawkins had run up quite a tab.
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
You seem to know Charles Hawkins well. How about his wife, Sarah Hawkins?
Well, She was a local somebody. We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Then
I've got what I...
anything...
That'll be all for...
All right. It's so quiet. Like there's a music option. I turned it down slightly. There is no sound.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your
That's just
big
because I
mouth
can't
once and for all.
Optimistic.
go that way yet. Who else is talking? Oh, when I reloaded this, though, I didn't go through everything again. Hold on. We have Roy Mitchell. I don't think I want to read through all these things, do I? There's so much of them. Because we've already read that. Why read through it again? He already gave us the reason behind his bar. We've already talked to him. So yeah, why read through it?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
All right. Hey, your rat's sleeping in the bathroom.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Why is he not commenting on how their fire is glowing green, or the fact that this stairwell is blocked off? Yeah, those are normal things.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat. He literally just watched me read that. And now I'm going to go talk to him about it, huh? Your ceiling's leaking. I already have this. Oh, this is volume 2. So I have books that will increase, or is it only for medicine? Going upstairs. Better come out and found me. All right.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Oh, that is Fitzroy, I'm guessing.
What a macabre souvenir.
Macabre? You just say macabre? Macabre. Sure. Macabre. Macabre?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Thanks.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
What do you mean? Look at them. Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Okay, I guess that... No, I see some names. That one right there is clearly not blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? What was that? Okay.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your documents are unreadable.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
What did Charles Hawkins really do for a living?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
Let's ask about Darkwater. This photograph looks strangely like you.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I already did. What is the miraculous catch?
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I saw the killer whale on the wharf.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
What would have killed it?
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
Why are they putting it back in the sea?
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Hey, tell me about this girl who's blackmailing you.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Well, tell me about this warehouse.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I can lie. Or... So is this a game to you? No, it belongs to the Hawkins family.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
So he is the harbor master. That's why he had access to those documents. I thought he was just a captain. I was like, wait, why you got access, dude? Gotta remember to press the button to save the experience I had. So now we have him. He's 45. I'm guessing that is not his father and that is actually him. Oh, you guys are leaving now, huh?
What can I get you?
Do you know the Hawkins warehouse?
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
Oh, still can't talk to her. Well, that's clearly Cat.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we...
That's...
Tell me the history of the Hawkins family.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
an old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
I was saying
So long.
that they got rich, bad mouthing them.
Nightmares. can hear things and voices whispering. We'll follow its reader and appear at...
Hmm.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
All right. This is a gigantic rib cage. Oh, it's multiple, probably. Got nothing for me? So my fire is a normal color. Theirs is still green. Oh. That's not investigating. That's lockpicking.
There.
The spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items.
Hello, old friend.
I broke in and stole a bottle of liquor. This bottle is part of a batch stolen from Cat, the boss of the bootleggers. An excellent way to lean on the guy who guards the entrance to the warehouse. Oh, okay. Put that away. Why are those ships all the way out there? Saint Brendan, the Navigator. I can't. Oh, there we go.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Does the patron saint of whalers and whales still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before Saint Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Okay. Why is my stuff written as if I'm not writing it? It all says it's an excerpt from my journal. That makes me believe I'm going to die. I can lean.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Who's St. Brendan?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator. He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to Darkwater?
Who are these guys that are keeping guard?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Who's Cat?
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
All right. Ask about St. Brandon.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Is this where you live?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
All right. So you don't have any work?
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Okay.
Come on, you can tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even, and don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot.
And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
So that would have given me the hint of the alcohol that I've already stolen. Okay.
Where do you think you're going?
Others are interested in the warehouse?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
Oh, he's the one I'm giving the alcohol to. He was on the list of people that are alcoholics and owe money. We're on the same team. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, no, I can't.
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
All right. What are the police doing here?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Well, I'm a detective. What do you know about the Hawkins case?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Maybe I don't give him the alcohol, or I missed my chance. I didn't have the option to talk about how he is on the...
Don't put that beast back in the water,
He is on the list of people who owe money.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
What are the bootleggers doing around here?
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you.
You're not scared of their boss?
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her?
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Got a car here. What is that symbol? Is that a saving symbol? Is that telling me there's something here?
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
A ratchet device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
A lever. This lever activates a
A
mechanism.
handle. It must come from these old winches.
Obviously, it's for that. I think that's a secondary way of getting in. Hold on. Thing is, I don't think I can save, right? It's just all autosave.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here.
I shall take my...
So we still have to talk to the two bootleggers, and let's run back to Cat real quick. Or who should I talk to first? Let's try you.
What can I get?
You seem to...
Well, then.
I've got what...
Anything?
That'll be...
Do you like...
We may...
That's...
I bid you
good. So long.
I told you to beat it.
No. Still can't interact with her.
The girl doctor.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean, they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
The bootleggers have blocked access to the warehouses.
Apparently, the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type. You're back again. What can...
I shall be on my...
So come.
All right. Let's go try to talk to those two dudes. See what happens.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you...
You didn't tell...
Because it's on... And I don't... Now, please...
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. Cops, they can't.
You again?
No need to...
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
This passage leads to the Hawkins warehouse?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Let's investigate their activities. Who does this belong to? That's the alcohol. You work for Cat?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
You really are scared of this cat?
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
Is it you who defaced the statue?
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Well, who does this belong to?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Oh, I thought it was about the alcohol. Remind me, what you're doing here?
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
Well, hey, Cat sent me.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
I literally have the alcohol.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the... Go diet.
I have the alcohol.
I bid you...
What do you mean?
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Like, I'm fine using the other path, but I literally have the stolen alcohol.
You again?
No need.
In my inventory.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
Is it because I didn't get it in the correct order, so it doesn't count? It's fine, I'll just use this, but...
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Oh, is it... I have to use actual items in my inventory. How? Why didn't it give me that option with the mid? Ah, whatever. I'm already over here. I'll use this way. Oh, I'm missing a part? Missing a part. Cog.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Oh, okay. Now I have a checkpoint, which means I have collected all of the pieces. That's what that means.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Dock descent. All right.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
It's green. It is very, very toxic. That's probably the correct way to go. Is the only way to go. I thought I saw another thing, though. Guess not. This is... Oh, God! I was just about to say this is very unsettling. I don't know why that got me, but that did. It's probably because I don't like water. I don't like being in water. But I'm fine.
This is primitive.
Alright, we saw this earlier. No one's noticing that I'm here.
Ugh, this place stinks.
Well, no, wrong thing. Well, we got another button. 3 more for the next level. Oh, I should have put it there. No. That one.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
very dark. Ooh, reconstruction. In my Cthulhu vision. Well, let's look around first. Oh. Hey. Psychology.
What happened here?
I can't change it, so that's just it. Medicine.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
Psychology.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
All right. Can I not read the thing, though? The submerged city. While investigating the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partly submerged tunnel that ran under the docks. There, something took hold of his arm and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, the detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies, as well as an underground city. Pierce managed to make it back to the surface to discover that, rather than tentacles, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself around his arm. The vision, nevertheless, disturbed him by its clarity and its violence. I can't read the newspaper article? Well, my character probably doesn't speak French. Consult the diary, which I haven't read any of these in a while, huh? I learned nothing from Fitzroy's documents, but I did get confirmation on what I had been suspecting since Boston. The warehouse mentioned on the shipping label of Sarah Hawkins' painting belongs to the Hawkins. It's on the docks. I must find a way to get into it. A gang of bootleggers occupies the warehouse zone. Of course, they're standing between my trail and me. I've got to find a way to avoid them, or else to get rid of them. Continue my investigation. Oh, I also got a point. We're now an expert investigator. Hawkins Warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted as a link between the contents and this building and the Hawkins case.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Someone else is interested in Hawkins?
Look around you. Someone has settled in here. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Kind of clunky, but it's fine. All right, we'll